Hello, it's Medina from the Clarinet Life, and today what I would like to do is a short warm-up. This is perfect for the beginning clarinet student. We're going to be utilizing 5 notes: C, D, E, F, and G. Warm-ups, I believe, are essential in playing any musical instrument, and the reason why is warm-ups help us get our mind and our body focused at any musical task at hand. So what we're going to focus on is a 5-note group warm-up. We're going to be utilizing the notes C, D, E, F, and open G. So this first warm-up that I want to go over is called long tones. Long tones, you can do it with any note. We're going to focus on our 5 notes, and I would like for you to play along with me if you have an instrument with you. All right, so we're going to first start off with C. That's thumb, 1, 2, 3, and we're going to ascend. Ascend means to go up to the next note, which will be a D. So I'm lifting my ring finger, and then the preceding note, E, lifting up another finger. The next note is going to be an F, and then the next note is going to be an open G. Okay, so what we're going to do is a 5-note group warm-up. Each note is going to get a total of 4 beats. I have my metronome here. I'll put the quarter note equals 60, and we'll get started. Here we go. 1, 2, ready. Okay, so you might have done this exercise with me and you might have had to breathe. That's totally fine. Normally I would breathe as well. It's okay to breathe in between notes, especially if you're just starting. It's something that we're building. So let's do it one more time, and this time what we're gonna do is I will take a breath in between, maybe after 2 notes or 3 notes. And what we're going to focus on is making sure that we have a good sound and making sure that that clarinet face, we also call it embouchure, is doing what it's supposed to do so we can have a nice clear sound. I also want to remind you that the air is so important. Make sure you take what I call a low, deep breath. And let's try it one more time. Put the metronome back on. 1, 2, ready. Okay, so maybe it's easier for you to take that extra breath. I encourage you to do it if you need to. Okay, and I will try to over-exaggerate my motion so you can see it since we're not live together. So after you've done that, the next step is we're going to start on our highest note that we just finished, our open G, and we're going to descend, go down to our low C. So let's give that a shot. Nice work. So now, we're not done yet. We're going to combine. So we're going to start on our low C, thumb, 1, 2, 3. We're going to ascend, go up to our open G, and then we're going to descend, go down to our lower C. So start on C, our peak note, our top note is going to be open G, and then we're going to go back down to the note that we started with, which is our low C. All right, and you will have to breathe in between. That's totally fine. Let's do it together, and let's try it out. 1, 2, ready? Okay. Now, when you were doing this exercise, if you were running out of air and then in the end it sounded a little thin, maybe a little shallow sounding, that's normal because you're running out of air. So if you've the tank is empty, meaning that the air is completely run out, that's okay. Every time I do exercises like this, these long tone exercises, I try to go all the way through, meaning that I want to try to run out of my air. And I'll repeat the exercise, and what I find is that each time I do this exercise, I get better and better. So that means that my airflow lasts longer and longer. Warm-ups are like exercising. It's like, bodybuilding, toning up. So I think that this warm-up is a great way to kind of get things started. I have one more warm-up for you, and this one is a little bit different. We're still going to deal with the same 5 notes, but this time I'm focusing on changing notes. So just a little vocabulary here. Interval, that word interval is the distance between 2 notes. I might wind up saying that word a few times. So for example, C going to D, that's a type of interval, right? That's a step up, a whole step up from one note to another note. So if I say that word interval, that's what I'm referring to. Interval, the distance between 2 notes. Okay, so we're gonna focus on our fingers this time, utilizing those same 5 notes, C, D, E, F, and G. And it's gonna be something like this. Let me demonstrate. So what you've noticed is that I started on my beginning note, C. I moved up to D, and then I played C again, D, and then C, D, and then C, and then I held the note. Excuse me, I held the C. And then I went to the next note up is D. I played a D, going to E, D, E, D. What's next? It's gonna be E. E, F, E, F, E, then F, G, F, G, F. Let's give this a shot. Let's see if we can do it. Let's do it together. I'm going to use my metronome because it's going to help keep me, pace me and help me keep me in track. All right, let's try it. We're going to ascend the line first, and then we'll just take it from there. Here we go. 1, 2, ready. Go. Did it work out? Let's do it again. This time I'm going to help you out. I'm I'm going to play and say the notes as well. I'll try to do a little bit of back and forth. Let's see what happens. C to D. D to E. E to F. F to G. Okay, that was it. How did you go? Let's try it again. And this time I'm not going to say the direction that I'm going to go. We're going to do the same thing one more time. Okay. 1, 2, ready. Add a little bit extra G, F, E, D, C to the very end, just so we can have that feeling of closure. Okay, so let's see if we can do this same warm-up of going to interval, note to note. This time we're going to start on the open G. Let's try it out. Let's see what happens. So we're going to start on open G. 1, 2, ready. So this time I did the same exercise, except I started on the top note, open G, and I ended on the C, and I held that note in the very end, just so we can have some closure. Let's try that one more time. 1, 2, ready. Let's see if we can combine both little sections. So we started on our C, we ascended to the G, but we did it note to note, those intervals. And I want to see if we can go from the bottom all the way up to the top, the open G, from the open G back to the C. So I'm going to try to combine it all. Let's see what happens. Here we go. 1, 2, ready. Okay, not bad. It worked out. I did something maybe a little bit different. I put a little bit of a pause in between each little grouping so we can get an opportunity to kind of get back into our spot and some time to breathe. I think that worked out all right. Let's do it one last time and then we'll be done. All right, here we go. 1, 2, ready? All right, we did it. Nice work. So those 2 exercises, the first one starting on the C and then ascending to the G and then descending back to the C, I think is really helpful. Helps the juices flow, helps get everything started. And then this exercise kind of helps wake up the fingers a little bit. I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for joining me. Bye.